Before his death, Cuban leader Fidel Castro understood the economic reality facing his Cuban revolution.
Así que en este hotel es una cosa que tiene que hacer la revolución, precisamente para vencer el bloqueo americano, para sobrevivir, para vencer los obstáculos que nos ha traído la tragedia del derrumbe del campo socialista. Tiene que hacer esto y lo hace, y tenemos el valor de hacerlo, y se lo explicamos al pueblo.
That was Castro at the opening of one of the first joint venture hotels allowed on the island of Cuba in the late 1990s. The leader of the Cuban Revolution acknowledged, long before he left the stage to his brother Raúl, that foreign investment was needed to feed his people. Now, decades later, Cuba surprised the world by allowing foreign investors to come and do business without a partnership with the Cuban government. A similar change has occurred in the mindset of the Cuban exile community living in the United States. Many of them are ready to open their own businesses back home.
We have been doing business, quote unquote, in Cuba in the cultural world through the cultural exchanges approved between both countries for the past 25 years. We have been promoting and producing Cuban music in the United States for a long time, and it's been a bumpy road because of different changes of the law and so forth and so on, and political pressures from my own community for a while, but things have changed.
Hugo Cancio has an office in Havana where 28 contributors create content for his two cultural magazines.
Unfortunately, current U.S. laws does not allow us to compensate, the people that collaborate with our magazine, and we have requested a license from Treasury to do so. But we do have an office in Havana. We do have people on the ground, and we do print two magazines. It's all is done. Our entire team is in Havana. The magazine is only printed and distributed in the United States, but we have foot on the ground.
Elena Freire came to the U.S. at the age of 11. She once owned an art gallery in Little Havana and is one of those Cubans living in Miami who initially would have never considered going back or even opening a business in Cuba. But now she would love to see collaboration between U.S. and Cuban businesses.
I mean, I had one here, and I brought works from the artists in Cuba all the time, and I think we're one people. I would love to see a gallery on Calle Ocho with a gallery that is partnered with it in Havana or in Santiago or in Cienfuegos. Why not?
But even with the pronounced change in the Cuban-American community towards the establishment of economic ties with Cuba, those Cuban Americans interested in doing so still face a challenge: the U.S. government. Under the 1996 Helms-Burton Act, anyone doing business in Cuba is forbidding of investing in American soil. Washington has remained silent at the economic reforms that have taken place in Cuba. There are still some conservative politicians who push for the continuance of the U.S. embargo against Cuba. Fidel's revolution was all about bringing change and equality to his nation. Now some of those in exile are looking for the same.
This is not only a potential business opportunity. This is also a very close to the heart gesture, because we are able now to not only invest in our country, but in the process help and push forward economic reforms and help our people.
And it now appears Cuba is warming up to capitalism. Nitza, Soledad, Perez, CCTV, Miami.